Hi, this is A. Worsley. The ain't who tells it like a TI is. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is general topics. Uh, what it was over the weekend, Wendy Williams was trying to, she's still on a hot girl summer ride. And on this weekend, she tried to go into a party that 50 Cent was throwing, but 50 Cent would not let her in because he was saying that she'd been talking about him and dogging him, uh, dogging him on her show. And all of this was reported by TMZ. I read it on Twitter. And so come to find out that she actually did get in the party through the side door. She was supposed to be a guest of Snoop Dogg's, and Snoop Dogg and his friends told the people to let Wendy Williams in, but she had to go in, I think, like through the back or through the side door or something like that. But to me, 50 Cent is too old to be throwing this kind of shade and talking about stuff because he talks about people all the time. That's why him and Mayweather is in some kind of feud now. He's always talking about people, so he needs to kind of be quiet and shut up. On another note, I'm going to talk about Jay-Z making a deal with the NFL. It's been all over the blogs and news about he made a deal with the NFL for entertainment for the Super Bowl and to work on their social justice issues. And so when he was in a news conference and the reporters was asking him, did he call or confirm it with Colin Kilpatrick, or did he ask him? And he was saying, well, it wasn't about kneeling. Kneeling is over with. It's about action and doing stuff now. And first he lied and said he did talk to Colin, but then when Colin's girlfriend, she's a radio personality, she said no, Colin was not contacted. And then when they asked two of his football friends, Tony Steele and Eric Reed, Eric Reed said he thought the deal was despicable because how are you going to beef with somebody and then go behind their back and work with the same people that got him out of a job? And so the black community is in an uproar about it too. And like I said, a lot of times these entertainers are on certain issues and stuff because it's a big thing to do and it keeps them in the news and stuff like that. But I think the NFL nor Jay-Z thought they were going to get all this backlash that they're getting. And so finally, I think it was yesterday or Sunday, Colin Kilpatrick came out and said that he was proud of Tony Steele and Eric Reed for supporting him and being with him. And he also said those were his true friends, that people who are really wanted to fight for justice. And some people were saying because Colin took the deal with the NFL, he's not exempt either. But he took that deal because that was an unfair firing a lawsuit that had to also do with social justice. If everybody got fired from their job for believing in certain politicians or certain politics, nobody would have a job. On another note, The Rock got married this weekend. He had a pretty wedding reception. They had all kinds of pictures about it going on in the news. And one more thing that I wanted to touch on was the situation that happened with Trina and her RNA and her cousin and stuff like that about Nicki Minaj is supposed to be on her Baps video and stuff, and like Nicki Minaj said on her Queen radio show, she did what she was supposed to do for Baps. She collaborated on the song, and then Trina finally came out on Instagram. I think it was Thursday, and said that a lot of people who were on her album were doing her favors from her past history, and she was saying stuff that was supposed to be kept secret behind closed doors were out, and so she kind of reprimanded her cousin and the A&R guy, but she did say on her Twitter that guy might not be working for them anymore. So I'm looking at, if the single didn't do too good, it wasn't Trina's fault. It wasn't Nicki Minaj's fault. Maybe her A&R should have pushed more and had her more shows. That way she could have probably promoted Baps like that. But all of this messy stuff happened because she decided to collab with with up and coming artists like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm glad that Trina took responsibility and cleared up the whole thing, and this mess is over with now. So this is A Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a Ti is. I am out.